As far as the injuries go, Frank Clark is going to see a specialist. His stomach is still bothering him, and feel bad for him. I mean, it's not. You just got to get it answered. So we're looking into that. Fenton with the hamstring, making big improvements, but not ready to go today. And then Claiborne with the shoulder, still not ready to go today, but making, again, both those guys are working their tail off to get back. Everybody else will practice. Look forward to the challenge of playing the Broncos. We know they're very well coached. On one hand, it's good to see Andy Luck's son doing so well, Drew doing well, but on the other hand, we got to play him. So, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to get ourselves ready this week to play against a good football team, and we know about their defense and how good they are on defense, and their offense has been playing very, very well the last few weeks here, and special teams are strong there too. They got a real good returner, and we've got to make sure that we're sound in all these areas. So our guys are focused in and ready to get to work here. So with that, time's yours.
Andy, how would you how can you explain just what the weekend was like for Frank, how you guys try to get him through, and just what has been the issue really since you guys came back, I guess?
Yeah, so you're dealing with a guy that loves to play. I mean, I think we know that, and I mean, there's nobody that loves to play more than him, and so we were managing it and making sure that he was okay to play, and then it kind of subsided a bit, and then it's reoccurred today, and so we've been in contact with a specialist. He'll see the specialist, and we just want to make sure he's okay. So we'll just see from there. Where it goes.
I know you're still looking for sort of solutions that may be fluid, but is your understanding that this is somewhat virus related, or? I'm
not sure now. I mean, I think that was probably the initial thought. And Dr. Monaco, not too many people smarter than Dr. Monaco, so then he's kind of had him look at, visited with some other doctors, but we found somebody that he can go see that might be able to get a grasp on this thing and see exactly what it is. So, and that's kind of where we're at. We're just kind of waiting and trying to keep him as comfortable as possible.
Coach, you mentioned Andy Luck. I've heard him say you were the best position coach he ever had in his life. How much have you followed Drew? I mean, knowing that you had a relationship with his dad, I mean, have you seen him play throughout his high school, his college, and now see him watch him on film? Yeah,
well, I've been a Missouri fan for a while, so I think we know that. And I'm a Vahe fan too. I mean, we were together. We were together there. Yeah, I mean, this was back when we had hair, like nice bright hair, not gray. I followed him from high school. I didn't follow him before that, but his high school career, and then obviously his college career.
And when you see him now, that you have to study him on tape as an opponent, what are you seeing? Is he coming into his own?
Well, he's playing very well right now. He's done a nice job. He's got good command of the offense. The coaches have done a nice job with him, and he's got quite a package. So it's not just all the easy stuff. That's not what it is. He's making some tough throws and really playing good football right now.
The Broncos look like they're playing some confidence right now. And they've lost so many close games earlier in the year. Are you seeing a more confident team coming in than you saw when you went out there?
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah, absolutely, and rightly so. I mean, they've played well. I mean, the last couple of weeks here. So, and they lost some close ones before that. But I mean, they're playing good football right now.
And when you turned to Steve, I know you talked about it at the time, but when you turned to him as defensive coordinator, what told you that was the guy? I mean, I know you spoke about it then, and how have you seen that manifest now and what's going on the field?
Yeah, so I always preface that. I think Bob Sutton's a phenomenal football coach. So, this just happens in this league. I mean, this is in this business. So, I mean, I've been part of it on my end where sometimes change can be good. So, but as far as Spags goes, my relationship with him goes way back. And so that part, once I came to the decision with Bob, and that just made sense. Yeah. So.
And what are you seeing on the defense right now that sort of has his handprints on it?
And listen, he's done, I think, a phenomenal job of teaching, and his defense in a short period of time, and then getting results from that. He's got the guys believing in that. That system, that's hard to do when you switch over. And I think Brett Veach has done a nice job bringing him some players. And then I think it tells you something about Spags with the people that came here with him, so that we were able to recruit here. These are guys that he's worked with before, and they have enough trust in him to come here. And that tells the players that, you know what, maybe this is a pretty good thing right here. So and there's a trust. I mean, there's a certain trust that's built in with that. And then on top of that, they were able to hit the ground running, just knowing what they do.
I'm sorry, Andy, when you were making that hire, did you feel like the year off for Steve was going to be a good thing, looking ahead?
No, I wouldn't say that. We actually brought him up here, and he visited with Bob. During the season, Bob was always learning and talking to people, and he was a football junkie that way. So, and he had a relationship with Spags, and so we brought him up, not knowing that this whole thing was going to transpire like this. But I'm not going to tell you. I think it was a good thing for Steve. I mean, if he would have coached last year somewhere, he would have done great. But that's how it worked. You'd have to ask him if it was good for him, but I don't think it would have mattered either way as far as his ability to coach.
How valuable has McCole become, and just in general, where do you think he's at when it comes to wide receiver here?
Yeah, I think he's improved. I think every week he's improved. And you're never sure. You're never sure when a rookie comes in exactly what you're going to. You think you know, but you really don't until they get in your system and work, and how they handle the pressure of a quarterback's demands and the other players around him. He's surrounded by some pretty good players, but you kind of check the ego at the door, and just he's learned and he's worked. And I think he's learned that part, just how hard you have to work here to get where you get time to play. And he's like I said, he's checked the ego at the door, and he's worked his tail off to be able to be as productive as he is. And the quarterback trusts him, right? So you're not gonna. If the quarterback doesn't like you're not gonna get the ball. It's pretty simple. So he trusts him, and he's used him that way.
And going back to Frank Clark for a second, I understand guys play with injuries or illness every week, but on that spectrum, how big of a deal was it that Frank got himself ready to play in New England? Was this kind of above and beyond, maybe, or how would you count it?
Well, yeah. First of all, he was safe to play. I don't want to, he was safe to play. It was just kind of working through this thing, and for a bit it subsided just a bit, and he powered through it. I mean, it's not a matter of getting him to play. We tried to actually ration the number of plays that he played, and he wanted to fight somebody. He wanted to be in there. So that's how he's wired, and we appreciate that. Let's go find what the problem is now and see what. We've taken it to Dr. Monaco, another doc, and then we'll go see a specialist in that area and see exactly where we're at.
Coach, with everyone expected to practice today, Damien Williams specifically, is this a matter of easing him back in, or how ready is he to assume a full load of practice?
Yeah, he's going to test it out today and see. We'll see how he does on that Herbie. We're good with the other guys, but let's see where he's at today and how he feels. And he's getting better though. Yeah.
A couple more guys.
Coach, the way
Go ahead.
you've spoken about Tyrann Matthews' leadership and just what he's meant to the defense, does his kind of demeanor, his style, his passion for the game, not as a skill set, but does that leadership remind you of anybody that you've had before in your career, the way that he just carries himself and the guys just kind of respond to him in that way?
Yeah, well, I mean, this organization was blessed to have Eric Berry, and I was able to be part of that. Great leader, tough, all those things. And then before that, I was with Brian Dawkins, and I've been lucky to be around some real good safeties. So they're all different in their own way, but all of them are good football players, great football players with great instincts and good leaders. And so they lead a different way. But this kid here he's a special kid. You know, he's not the biggest guy. You're not looking at one of these huge safeties. But man, is he a good football player? He just gets it. You know.
Sorry, have you ever had a guy kind of walk in the door like he did and be new to a team and just sort of take on the locker room responsibilities maybe that he has? You ever worked with a guy like that?
Well, I probably have, but somewhere. And Green, you know, I was around pretty good when Green Bay. He came in from Seattle and he kind of stepped in and he kind of rolled, but I wasn't the head coach. So it was this. As a head coach, this is pretty special, the things he's done. You know.
It is, whether you have or not, I mean, it's extraordinary. If you got to...
Very.
Okay.
Yeah, very.
And one of the fun things I know for you as a coach is seeing what guys did in high school. There's just a litany of guys who were high school quarterbacks who want to tell the coach, hey, I was a quarterback, I can do the job if given the opportunity. For you to build that play with Travis in the backfield, for him to sort of execute the RPO as well as some that do it every day on Sunday, just what have you learned about his quarterback skills and what led you to sort of build that design play sort of around him?
So I told him this kind of countered the one we had against the Jets.
Yes.
So,
this is partly why I'm asking.
yeah. So it was a give and take. But he did a nice job. The Coach Heck deserves credit for that. I mean, that's he designs these things, and you know, that was a good one. And Travis said that read was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
He did a great job with it. That's really, when you cut to the chase, you're either handing or you run a dive is what you're doing. And for him to maneuver around everything and get himself in was a great job.
Last one. Coach, whenever you lock up a playoff berth with a few games left, as you have this year, obviously, and have many times before, does anything change in terms of your own expectations and any terms of creativity? Anything for you and the players, does anything evolve at all looking ahead to the playoffs now?
No, matter of fact, it shouldn't. And I'm telling you that's not where we're at. And I believe that. So it's full steam ahead. I mean, and that's how we roll. And as far as saving plays and doing, we got enough plays that we shouldn't have to save a play. I mean, you go play and you want another one. We got a pretty good file, so we can bring it out. You know.
All right.